Yo, good morning, good morning. Man, I'm excited, dude. I am very excited. Yo, Cam, let's do an audio check. Do I sound okay? I got a I got a new microphone here. That's the one. Awesome. All right, let's go. Let's get into it then. Appreciate you for being here, dude. All right. So nothing much has changed, right? We're still in this range here. I do have some levels that I marked down right now this morning. I'm seeing a lot of support here. We are, I would say, in the top of this range here. Right, we're reaching these levels up here. A lot of resistance up here. A lot of resistance. A lot of resistance. I think we're gonna catch the biggest move if we wait until price either gets above 4165 or below this 4112 or 4120. Like if we can get below these areas, that's when we're going to start to see some continuation. But as long as we stay within this range, I think we're going to have to go for small movements, just scalp, get in and out, maybe 10 points, and again, go lighter size. But that's pretty much it. I want to wait until new information develops to see if we can scalp this. Um, I was looking to get in here, but I'm kind of invalidating that now. You know, after I'm seeing a lot of strong rejections here, and had we broken past this little level here, this highlighted level, had we broken past it, I would have been open to taking this to placing puts, but I don't like how it's turning back around, and now we're seeing this green candle here. But strong rejection here. I'm gonna from now on, one of the things that I realized was I need to start drawing a little more on my charts. Oftentimes I stress keeping them clean, keeping them um, just keeping them clean really. But I'm gonna start to highlight a few more things, and I'm gonna start to point out candles with high volume, strong rejections, maybe trends, maybe resistance and support, right? So that way we can take note of these of all these clues and then just put them together. Because when you're just looking at the charts with no indications, no notes, it kind of makes it difficult to really come up with a plan. You get what I'm saying? So I know a lot of the times people stress keeping your charts clean, um, and I'm all for it, but I think we should definitely, mark down the clues when we see them. If you have any questions, Cam, feel free to ask, man. Shoot your questions. Um, yeah, we've built some accumulation right around this level, 4140, and I can just tell by looking at the volume profile here on the right side. We've built a lot of volume here. And the fact that price is now above this, indicates it's a bullish indication. We could see higher highs here. Okay, let me go back to the charts. You know, I used to not draw the resistance support, but I think they're worth considering. I mean, because there's a lot of traders that do um, just based solely off of resistance and support. So I think it's worth considering. Maybe zoom in a little bit. I don't think you're gonna draw all of them, but they're just key levels. I'm not. These aren't entries. These aren't maybe targets. Maybe they'd probably be good targets, right? So let's say for instance I'm going long here. I'm gonna definitely keep an eye on 4150, and if I don't like the way price reacts as we get there, then I'm gonna get out. So it could be these could be good targets. They're not entries. They're just levels to keep an eye on. And then it's kind of hard to find, supply and demand zones here. YouTube is telling me that the stream is laggy. Is that true, Cam? Is the stream laggy or are we good? Might be. Okay, let me check on my end. See if we're having issues here. Go to the 1 minute chart. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, so these arrows here, I'm just pointing out increase in volume, and that's primarily because we broke past this resistance level. Strong rejection. We're holding up, right? And I'm liking I'm liking price right now. It's moving. It's making higher highs here. It might be backed up by a few seconds, but it shouldn't be laggy. Cool. All right. I just want to make sure you can see me well. But if we're good, let's get to it, man. Let's make some money today. Let's make some money. Okay, so right off the bat, that last candle before market open, very high volume, and it's showing a very strong rejection up here. So I'm I'm gonna be very careful. I gotta take note of that, right? Very strong rejection up here. There's a few things that I wrote down yesterday. So the first sign that I want to see is a strong rejection. So a candle like this would be a strong rejection. The second thing I want to see is volume. I want to see volume enter. Volume enter, big candles. And then the second thing I want to see is a break of an opposing zone. So this is one of our zones here. Well, this isn't necessarily a zone here. Actually, I don't know why I drew this. Oh wait, I do know why I drew. Okay, yeah, I do understand why I drew this, but we don't really need this zone anymore. But let's just say hypothetically that was one of our zones. So I want to see a strong rejection. I then want to see volume enter the market, big candles, and then a break past an opposing zone, and then that opposing zone is going to be our entry and our stop loss. So rejection, volume, and then a break past an opposing zone. And that's how you spot reversals. Oh, that's how I spot them. But that rejection is the first sign. You know, that right here, this is unusual volume. It's very high. I know it's a minute before market open, but it's still quite high, relatively speaking. I'm going to take a stab at this. I'm going to go from 142.5, risking 1 point to the downside. I'm going to play some puts. I'm going to go light size though, because I don't know if this is going to work out. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm in for puts. And I'm just scalping. I'm going to look for a very small move to the downside. So my stop loss is at 41435. So I got in right now at 4142, and I am expecting a break of this resistance or support line at 4140. I want that to break, and I think we'll be good. If we break past that, I think we might be able to make lower lows here. And just the reasoning behind it, very strong rejection, volume as I mentioned, and then we're seeing some rejection here at this level. So if this level can hold, I really think we can break past this support level, and then we'll make lower lows down to maybe 4133. That'd be nice. That'd be like a 10-point move right there. But I went light size. especially considering the circumstances. I don't want to risk too much. And I don't really trade chart patterns, but this is kind of looking like a bear flag. It's accumulating. You see that? I don't know if you're familiar with bear flags or flags at all, but we have the pull here, and then it's like a little flag. So just another confluence. I don't trade chart patterns, but I know a lot of people do. We have VWAP here. All right, well, that level is holding. I just don't like that we're not making lower lows yet. Come on now. Come on now. Buyers are holding this up. Look how quick buyers bought that up right there. Look at the speed in that. It made lower lows, and the buyers just bought it up really quickly. I have my finger on the trigger. Like I said, I'm gonna just let it play out. I'm already in the play. I'm gonna let it play out and see if we can get below. It's a tug of war right now. If sellers can beat buyers, I think we might be seeing lower lows down to. We'd probably test 4133 if we can get, past this level here. All right. That 4140 has to break. 4140, 4139, they have to break. $4142 has been such a key level this week and last week. Price just keeps going back to that level, to 4142. A lot of interest. Okay, it's looking pretty valid right now. So this is the real test here. If we can break below these levels of 4139. I went light size again. I'm up $30 right now. All right, this is looking pretty good. Breaking below those levels. I might have jinxed it. Here, come on now. All right, I'm gonna adjust my stop loss here. If we get above 4141, I'm gonna get out. So I want price to stay below that. Did you hop in this play, Cam? I don't expect you to hop up. I'm just asking. I don't expect you to hop into every play that I take, but you know, especially now with these circumstances, like when you're in a balanced range, it makes it so much less probable for your trades to work out. So all right, well, it's looking pretty good. I'm liking this so far. Very nice, Cam. You just got out. I might trim once, you know, once we get a little lower here. Once we hit VWAP's at 135 on the charts. VWAP, once we get to maybe 135 here at VWAP, I'll trim a little bit. And then I'll just let one ride. I'm glad you got in. This one worked out, as you can tell. That's a good play right there. Hold on now. Damn, I maybe should have got out when you got out, Cam. I was really expecting VWAP to hit. What's stopping this? Come on now. Don't be stubborn. Just come down here. It's okay. Come on. There's not much. I mean, the only thing that I'm noticing here is, yeah, 4136. We do have, you know, quite a bit of volume. Let me show you. We do have quite a bit of volume. I don't know if this is why you got out, but we do have quite a bit of volume here, and we broke past if you want to call this, level of resistance, we broke past it. So at 4136, look how it lines up with this resistance here. So we broke past it, and as you know, resistance turns to support, so we could, this could explain this here. I just don't see, the one thing that I'm noticing, which kind of like doesn't freak me out, is I don't really see a strong volume here. I don't really see strong volume here. So I'm hoping we can, this is just like a little pullback and we can break below this. Had this been a candle with high volume, then I'd be freaking out a little bit. But it seems pretty chill. It seems like it was just a little pullback. One of the ways that I gauge, using the EMAs, one of the ways that I gauge whether I want to stay in a play or not is going to the 2-minute and then using those EMAs. So as long as we don't get above the EMAs, we're good, right? I mean, yeah, you do lose a lot of money if you wait. You lose a good chunk of money if you wait until price gets above it. But it's just a good way to gauge like if price is still going in your direction. Because a lot of the times we see a green candle like this, we kind of get freaked out and then we want to dip, right? So just kind of like a good way to gauge. So I'm coming for VWAP. Let's get VWAP 135. I'm going to give it a shot. And then I'll let one contract ride, see if we can test these lower lows here at 4133. Yeah, that's totally fair, Cam. Do your thing, dude. Do your thing. That was a nice little scalp, though. Did you get in at 4142? Is that where you got in too? All right, we hit VWAP, so I did take a few off the table. Cool. Bam, look at that. Hit VWAP, so now I want price, if price needs to stay below, 137. If we get above that, I'm gonna get out. I don't want to see this get above 4137. So you see the increase in volume now? I'm sure you're noticing it. You see the increase in volume now? That's a red flag right there. Look at that. Oh yeah. In the 1 minute it's a lot better. Look at that increase in volume. So that's telling me there's buyers here. Bam. Look at that. Boom. 4133. Let's hit it. Come on. I'm gonna get out right here. We out, baby. We out. All right, $80. I made back my money from yesterday. Nothing crazy. Oh, because it's anchored differently. So the reason the reason it's shown differently is because it's anchored differently. So this VWAP, it starts, and what I mean by anchored, this one starts when market opens at 6:30. That's when this one starts, right? But the one on the charts, the one on ES, it starts I believe at 12 in the morning, if I'm not mistaken. So this one's anchored all the way back here. So it starts it starts right here. Oh, it starts when market opens again after it closes. So 15 military time would. Oh damn! Should have stayed in that play. Look at that. Very nice. Very fucking nice. What was I saying? Yeah, this one's anchored military time. That would be 3, right? So it's anchored. It starts from here. This VWAP. So it takes the average of everything that happens overnight up until the current moment. Does that make sense? Anchor just means it starts from a different point. You see how this one starts from here at 6:30. So it calculates everything from that point forward. But I like to consider both, right? Damn, look at that. A nice fucking solid play, dude. Very solid play. Man, price action is so key, dude. I mean, we spotted the rejection, we saw sellers step in, and then we started to form that bear flag, which again, I don't pay attention to chart patterns, but we just kept rejecting that 4142, and very nice move, honestly, very nice move. Okay, so now we do have, a demand zone here. And if you look at the 10-minute chart, we do have a demand zone from 4128 down to 4126. Very small demand zone, but there are buyers present here. So if we get below this, we're gonna be testing these lower lows, and I'm gonna start to get FOMO, cause no, I'm just kidding. I'm way past that. That whole FOMO shit, I'm way past it. I'm just glad I caught this move, honestly. Very nice move. I caught a good chunk of it. You did great, bro. Honestly, I'm glad you got in that play. Damn, we may see lower lows. There's very low volume. These last 5 candles in the 1-minute chart have been low volume. This is what's called a volume anomaly. the difference between volume now versus the volume that occurred as we were coming down. So right now, there's not a lot of buyers stepping in. Okay, so right now I'm not really noticing anything. We're gonna have to wait until we get, another play here. Because one of the things that I learned yesterday was I can't expect continuation here. It may be tempting to get in now, but I can't expect continuation. Why? Because we're in a balanced range. So this could very well just turn around and go back up to that, that key level 4142. You're gonna get in at VWAP, okay? Do your thing, dude. At 4135. 4135 is your level. I suppose you mean 4135, or do you mean the VWAP here in Bookmap? Okay, pretty strong rejection here at 4128. Okay, low volume. We're starting to see a little bit of sellers step in. We're now making lower lows. Okay, damn. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Damn, this is... Are we gonna test the lows here? 4120? Damn. I like that, honestly. Look at that. Wow. For 135. At this point, it's a little unreasonable for price to get back up to those levels. Yeah, because we're downtrending. We are downtrending, so I wouldn't expect price to get back up to 4135 unless buyers step in aggressively, but then I'd be cautious to short that. Because now we're getting to the lower end of the spectrum here. All right, very strong rejections here at 4125. Strong rejections, strong rejections. All right, 4126. Why is it stopping here? Why is it stopping here at 4126? What do we have? We have a little bit of a demand zone. Not the strongest one. That's the only thing that I'm noticing right now. 4126. It's like 14. Oh, okay. That explains it. Yeah. So we do have a little bit of a transition to control zone here. I've come to find out, like, the charts literally tell you everything. They always, there's always a reason as to why price stopped there, prices keep going, or why price did that. Like, there's always a level. Unless you have something like news where that's just, you know, you can't really tell what price is going to do. But for the most part, days like this, like, there's always some type of explanation, and you may not notice it as it's happening, but then you go back on the charts and you're like, it happens all the time. You're like, oh, okay, now I see it. It stopped because of this, right? So now that's why I'm placing greater emphasis on, like, really trying to break down these charts and highlight them and make note of everything, just as I was saying earlier, to really bring the clues together. I almost wish I could draw on my fucking screen, like, just whoop. I wonder if it would work actually. I do have an expo. Sounds kind of ridiculous, but let me actually try it out. I'm curious. Cam, if you've tried this and it didn't work, just let me know. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Call me crazy, but I'm gonna do it. Clock out, bro? What do you mean clock out? All right, I'm gonna do it. Is it a race? It does erase. It does erase. I don't know if I'd do that, but that's funny. High volume. All right. I got some handy dandy socks right here. Hey, it works. It works. How about that? We're going back up. We're hitting that 135. Cam, don't let me discourage you. If you're going to do your thing, do your thing. Don't let me discourage you. We're seeing the rejection at 4135, just like you called it. Let's see if price can move lower. I'm tempted to get in here, but not for puts, actually for calls. At 4130 down at 4128, that would be my zone. I'm gonna just watch this. But hey, it rejected very strong off that level. I just don't like how fast it was. Believe it or not, I don't like how fast it was. I've seen this happen quite a few times where it kind of just grabs liquidity. This could very well be like, because we're not going to move the market like that, right? That was a very fast and aggressive sweep. So this could be smart money, you know, bringing down price to maybe bring it back up. I've seen this quite a few times. You see it here and there, and it normally does that, and then it reverses. So I'd be cautious. If you got in at 4135, and right now it's rejecting perfectly that level. I drew a level here. It's rejecting perfectly off that level. That doesn't mean the market can't just be like, oh, you know, fuck your level and then just come down. But all right, let's see this. Let's see what happens here. Are you in on this one? Man, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I will. I'm surprised how good these levels work. Like, sometimes I just surprise myself how good these fucking levels work. It just smacked. It just, not even smack it, it just tagged it. And I'm not saying it's going to work out, but I mean, just the fact that it just stopped right there. Same thing with the first play. I've come to realize it's not drawing the levels that's the real knowledge. I feel like the real knowledge is being able to understand the context and using the appropriate levels to fit that context. Like, that's where the nuance comes. That would be the difference between an experienced trader and an amateur. It's like, can you read the context behind it? Thank you, Cam. Thank you. They don't always work out. It's not 100% guarantee, but like, for the most part, they've done me pretty well. All right, so if we break below this level here, we're definitely going to see lower lows. And then 130 is also a psychological level. So that just makes that zone a lot more stronger. Very strong rejection there. There's not as much volume, so I'm not yet convinced that price is going to go up, because volume is kind of dying down a little bit. if we look at the high time frames here, we are in the lower part of the range. So that could explain this little bounce here. I don't think much is going to change, not until we have news on, well, Jerome Powell speaks on Friday. So I don't think much is going to change this week. I think we're going to, I hope I'm wrong, but I think we're just going to stay in a range today, tomorrow, and then hopefully Friday we see some bigger moves. But take what you can get, right? I don't like the volume, but we are just finding acceptance. We're finding acceptance above these levels here. So 4130, above 4130. We're just finding acceptance above these levels. So will it go down? It's going down now. You see, one thing I want to point out is sellers are trying to push price down. Like these last few candles in the 1 minute, they've been stronger volume, relatively speaking. They've been stronger volume candles, and price doesn't want to come down. That's not a bearish indication. Well, I should say that's a bullish indication, because sellers are trying to bring it down and they can't. So we're kind of stuck in a range here. Obviously, you notice the strong rejection here at 4134. That's when sellers stepped in, and then we had another strong rejection here at 4130. That's when buyers stepped in. So we're now kind of stuck in this range, tug of war between buyers and sellers. Not a play I'd want to be in. Just it's moving very slow, and under circumstances like these, you know, a big buyer or a big seller could just step in and then just make price go against you. There it is. See if we can break above this. Hey Cam, does this sound better than, you know, the last few days? This mic here, or about the same? A little better? Okay. Appreciate it, dude. Wow. All right. Sorry, a little distraction there. Oh, it's crazy hearing this AI and talk, man. It's crazy. Crazy to picture the world in the next few years. I was looking pretty solid. Look at that. Rejected off the level. We're now 7 points away from it. I think we might be testing 40s. 40s, and if I don't think we'll see. I don't know if we'll break past that 42 level. We're testing 40s though. Let's see if so that's the problem with these, with the balance range, like I've mentioned. Like, we can't expect continuation. We're at the lower end, and we're now above VWAP again. We're in a 20-point range. Oh. Hey Cam, you ever plan on being a full-time trader? I don't know what else it is that you do, but it seems like you're just kind of starting off with trading. Have $500,000 days, $2,000 days. The reason I ask is because I don't want to be the only one, man. So if nice, what else is it that you do, bro? If you don't mind sharing. Yeah, I invested right around the same time too. Actually, this was during COVID, 2020. Serving in real estate. So you work in the restaurant industry. It almost sounds like we kind of walked the similar paths, dude. I was a server too, and then everything all the tips that I would make, I would invest it. And then real estate, I mean, I got into it. I was going for my license at one point, my real estate license. But halfway through it, I was like, yeah, this ain't it. Oh, that's right. I think you did mention it. Do I smoke? Yeah, Zersky, I do. Here and there. I try to limit myself, but yeah, here and there I'll blaze up. Yeah. Why do you ask? I don't look like a pothead, do I? Don't smoke a lot, so I'm trapping too. Yeah, no, here and there, dude. Oh, that's your third. Oh shit. Damn, so you got wait, so you got four then. You got serving, you got real estate, and yeah, you're trapping. And then now you got trading. So if I'm counting right, you got four, or you're going for four. Nice, okay. Never get high on your own supply. Isn't that what Biggie said? Yeah. Yeah. That's what's up, dude. I only got this as of right now. I'm really trying to build this and like I said, have that. I was a real estate agent down here, but I'm I'm just not mentally cut out. Yeah, it sounds quite demanding, honestly. Like I have a few friends that are agents, and I know it demands a lot out of you. That's why I love trading. Like, yeah, this can be demanding too, but this like liberates your time. Like if I had enough capital, I would have went full size on that play, and I probably would have been done for the day. Yeah, no, for sure, dude. And cold calling, I'm not a fan of cold calling, honestly. What was that about? Hey, you must make good tips. So at a steakhouse, I was working at a like this like burger joint. So good days would be like $100 days. I'd make $100 off of tips. I'm curious to know how much you walk away with. Damn, that's nice. That's nice. And the one thing that I loved about serving was like you worked on average. Oh shit, that's pretty nice. What was your best night? God damn. It's so funny how we remember like specifically how much we made on our best nights. That's awesome. Yeah, I never got close to that. My best night was like 120. It was nothing crazy. But again, it was a burger joint. It was I don't know if they have Ruby's out in Atlanta, but it was a Ruby's diner, and yeah, definitely not nothing like a steakhouse. And the nice thing about serving is you work what, like 5, 6 hours. At least that was my shift, right? I would work, a few hours. I'd never get up to 8 hours. Work 5, 6 hours, walk, go home with some money, with some cash, and then on top of that, you get paid. You get paid hourly. So it was a nice job while it lasted, honestly. You get to meet people. I'm sure you meet hella people, right? Especially at a steakhouse, fine dining. Like you must come across a lot of people, a lot of wealth. Yeah, bro. That's one of the things I've been thinking about too. Is sometimes I don't mean to get personal, but just yesterday, like I was kind of feeling like I wasn't really getting much done. Um, and I do have days like that where I'm just like, damn, like I need to find something else to do. So I hear you, dude. I know where you're coming from. But I also try to stay busy. Like right now, I'm working on the course, creating cheat sheets, because I really want to build this up. So hopefully, well, not hopefully, but I'm just getting, I'm just in the preparation process, building courses, trying to post on Instagram. I go to the gym, I play ball, and I also want to start boxing too. I feel like that'd be dope. I want to start boxing again. That'd keep me busy for sure. Anyways, what do we got here? Strong rejections here at this 4138 level. Pretty strong rejections here. This is something worth noting here in the 1 minute chart. Typically, when I see candles hit like the same spot back to back like this, could be a signal. Just wanted to share that, but that could be a signal, right? I mean, it's hit that 41, what is that, 4138.75. It's hit it 3 times already. You know, sometimes I see it where it kind of just hits back to back to back to back, and then we see that reversal. But I'm not expecting a reversal right now. I think it's still too early. We still have momentum still to the upside, and I really think we're going to see these levels hit right here, 4140. That would have been a 10-point play there. 10-point play. Never get high on your own supply. Seven. This rule is so underrated. Keep your family and business completely separated. Money and blood don't mix. Volume looks a little dry right now. I don't know. Kind of no opportunities yet. Had I gone in here, had I listened to myself, 4130. I would have possibly been in this play here. 4138. You just got in? Cool. I suppose you're going for puts? Yeah, because I am noticing that might be a good call, Cam. I am noticing same thing I pointed out earlier. Those candles just stopping at that same price. So there must be a buyer here absorbing all these orders. Although momentum is to the downside still. I mean, I'm sorry, not to the downside, to the upside. Momentum's still up a little bit. And I'm just going based off the EMAs, right? I'm just looking at the EMAs, looking at the 2-minute EMAs. That tells me if momentum is up. For me, I'd have to see us break past VWAP again, and break past this level specifically here. I mean, you see how strong that volume is there. I need to see a break below this, and then maybe look to get in the immediate retest. Excuse me. Because this could also just be someone getting out of their position. That's the thing about trading, right? There's quite a few unknowns, right? Like a lot of the times it's pretty clear when price moves like this, it's just aggressive sellers. But in this case, this could just be people getting out and selling to cover, right? Which is moving price down. Which means we don't really have a buyer absorbing the orders here. It's more so, I'm sorry, not a buyer. We don't have a seller pushing price down. It's more so people getting out of their positions and they're selling to cover. So that doesn't move price. When someone gets out of their position, that doesn't move price. We need people hitting the bid, hitting the ask. We need aggressive orders. Dude, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go make myself some tea. Still in this play cam? Are you still rocking with this play? Yeah, dude, it's not moving. And then volume is drying up. You know, one of the things that I have noticed is, there it goes. If we get below that level, that I think you'll be good. We gotta get below like 134, 134, 135. Yeah, so I was gonna say, one of the things that I've been noticing is there's usually some pretty good moves. Well, not yesterday. I guess yesterday's the exception, but there was a pretty good move from 9 to 11, and that's usually when there's low volume. What if I did this? Because I kind of... Okay, so I'm thinking... Sorry to keep bugging you about the audio, dude, but I'm thinking instead of clipping this to myself, I'm gonna just maybe put it there. Maybe like clip it to the computer. I hope you could still hear me okay. Or maybe, where else can I put this thing? Maybe like right here. What was I saying about this? Oh yeah. Just give me a second. I'm thinking. Could also put it here. That'd be a pretty good spot right there. Alright. Hope you can hear me okay. So I have been noticing, you know, quite a few good moves, you know, from 9 to 11. And that's usually, that's when Wall Street's out there getting lunch. So typically it is low volume, but on Monday we did see some pretty good action. What else? Same thing for last week. There's a few days where price was moving pretty good. So with that said, I think I'm gonna wait until like 9. I'm actually gonna watch the market from 9 to 11, see if I can catch a move. Alright, I'm gonna go be right back. showing here. 4138. Hey Cam, I want to do something for you, dude. Shoot me your email address. I'm gonna send you some of the cheat sheets I've created so far, and it's all stuff that I use, that I practice. I made these myself. So if you're interested, shoot me your email, dude. I'll shoot them over to you right now. Yeah, of course, dude. I appreciate you showing up, man. I appreciate you showing up. It wouldn't be the same if I was here on my own. So yeah, that 4135 level held pretty well. 4135. Let's see if we can get to that 4140 level. You can shoot me your email through Instagram if you'd like, whatever works, dude. Got you. Alright, so there are 5 cheat sheets, bro. They're pretty self-explanatory. I think you'll like them. I think that you'll find a lot of value here. For 140, there it is. Now the only thing. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out how to send these via email. All right, dude, check your inbox. So I just sent over, you're gonna get 5 cheat sheets. If you have any questions on any one of the cheat sheets I sent you, dude, feel free to ask. But they're pretty self-explanatory. They walk you through how to draw supply zones, how I trade, the market phases, understanding trend right now. You know, it shows sideways range, which is what we're in right now. And then one of the ones that I don't want you to overlook, because a lot of people they just kind of overlook this, is the candlestick guide. So look specifically at the candlestick sentiment. That, dude, when I learned that, that's a game changer. Understanding like it sounds a little kind of corny, but candlesticks do have feelings, right? Like they express feelings in a way. So that candlestick sentiment under the reading candlesticks guide, that one's really gonna help you out. Let me know if you can see them, or if it's giving you any issues. It's not loading for you? Huh, okay. It's kind of weird. This is the first time I share them, so let me see if I can figure it out. All right, I'm gonna send them one more time. Let's see if this time all right, I sent them over one more time. All right, I sent them over again. Let's see if hopefully that works. I'll be right back, dude. You want a spoon, or are you okay? Yeah. Now it says I'm having a problem downloading the file. Okay, let me can you see it though? Are you able to see it? Oh, you just can't download it. could take a screenshot of it. If not, I'll figure it out later. See if I can. It won't let me preview. Okay, let me see what's going on. Unless I put them in. All right, let me try this. All right, we're gonna try something else. There's got to be a better way. So it's saying it won't let me preview it. Does it say you need to sign in, or it just doesn't let you? It's kind of weird. Let me try this. Okay, so it just doesn't. Okay. Let me try sending them like this. All right, I just sent it one more time. Let's see if that works. If that doesn't work out, then I'll like I said, I'll figure it out later, and then I'll try to get those to you tomorrow. Tomorrow. I think that might work though. Yeah, so check them out, dude. Like I said, I appreciate you being here, so take it as my little gesture to you. I do plan on selling these at one point. I think they hold a lot of value. I'm addicted to you. Some of it is pretty basic stuff like market behavior, understanding the market phases. Like you can find that. But like I said, the reading the candlesticks guide, I really like the. I don't want you to overlook the candlestick sentiment one because that one I learned a lot just understanding that, and it's helped me out a lot. And then the supply and demand zones. If you, damn, look at that. 4143. Yeah, supply and demand. God damn, what the hell? Where did this come from? Alright, let's put this off to the side. I know there isn't news right now. Wow. I wonder how far that thing's gonna go up. $18 points now from what could have been my entry at 4130. Alright, pretty strong rejection up here. Alright, this could be a play here. This could be a play here. It's still early, but this is one thing that I got my eye on. Is if we can, I see a very strong rejection up here. If we can see increasing volume to the downside and then break past this 4137 level, I'll look to get in the immediate retest and then take it short. I'm already seeing volume stepping in. Volume is stepping in. I gotta see a break below this 4137. Unless this holds, maybe I'm not seeing it right. I don't like the strong rejection up here. That's why I'm not gonna play it for continuation. I'm gonna look instead for the reversal because sellers are stepping in strong right now. And again, I'm gonna go light size because I'm not a fan of these circumstances here. So let's get below 4137, and I'll be risking about 2 points. I like the volume here, very strong volume. If sellers are indeed strong, I do expect a break below that 4135 and then just again, just hop over to the other side of this range. If price was going to continue to the upside, we would have bounced. We would have bounced off of the 4140, 4138. We would have stayed above those levels. But now that we've gone below it, I really think sellers might take control here, and we could see lower lows. Alright, we broke past it. I might end up missing this one. I might end up missing this one. Yeah, it just fucking ran through that zone. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm not interested anymore. It's moved way too low. I wouldn't want to see it come back up to these levels. But if you caught that move, that would have been nice. Yeah, I'm not looking to get in anymore. What just happened? I mean, what didn't happen, dude? We ran up like crazy, and now price is pretty volatile right now. I'm not interested in getting in, but I don't really trust the market right now. This is very unusual. For it to just run up like that and then come back down, I'm not trusting this. I'm addicted to you. I want to learn how to play. Well, I guess it's not a matter of learning anymore. I feel like it's just trying it out, right? Like, cause I had resistance. I had resistance at 4150, and once we got to that 4148 level and rejected, that would have maybe been a good spot to get in. Stop loss at 4150. Maybe give it like 1 point of buffer. So set it at 4151 and go short there. But I usually don't trade like that. That's the thing. I don't. But as I've mentioned, I feel like we have to, as traders, we have to adjust to what the market's giving us. Like that right there would have been that would have been a solid fucking play from 48 down to 4130. The only issue that I have is like There's no confirmation. It's pretty speculative, right? Like you'll notice in one of those cheat sheets, it walks you through the trade validation process, and one of the things that I want to see is I want to see a key level. Oh, I want to see a rejection. Then I want to see a. Actually, no. What is it? It's a key level. Then it's rejection off of that key level, and then a break past another key level or an opposing zone. Right. So that gives me all the clues that I need, and then it confirms it, and then that's when I get in. And that's what I noticed here as we broke past 4137 is we have that rejection, increase in volume, we break past it, and now we made lower lows down to 4130, 4131. And who knows, maybe this level holds. I'm not interested, honestly. I prefer to wait until, I get a better setup. I don't trust it. That's the one thing that I can't make a cheat sheet about is listening to your gut. Like you just have to listen to your gut sometimes. And I feel like that just comes with experience. Yeah, I already broke past my stop loss. Buyers are pretty strong right now. Damn. Let's get rid of that. I was thinking about scalping that. If you're still in it, dude, I'd target that same 4148. I was thinking about going for it. I would have gone in maybe at 4136. Again, I'm going to wait for a better setup, but I really think this is going to get back up to 4148. Oh, you got out? Yeah, that would have been a nice little scalp right there. This is what I was looking. I don't know where you got in, but I'm gonna go here to the charts. I would have gone in. I was thinking about getting in here, to be honest. After we broke past this, I was looking at it, but I wasn't too convinced. Because I still had this zone that I had marked off, but yeah, it was just kind of, I had two different opposing views. I didn't like it, so. 1028 candle didn't look good. Oh, because it rejected a little bit and there was an increase in volume. Yeah, I could see that. Are you looking at the 1 minute? If you're looking at the 1 minute, if that's how you kind of gauge when to get in, when to get out, I'm gonna give you some unsolicited advice. I think it's honestly because just similar to you, like I would look at the candles and I didn't like the way they reacted, but that's the that's the one thing that kept me away from capitalizing off of big moves. Because the 1 minute is really good at psyching you out, right? So that's why. Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad that you said that. That's why I kind of lean a little more towards the 2 minute, because the 1 minute's very fast, right? So it's very good at like psyching you out. Um, which again you could leave a lot of money on the table just off of just going based off the 1 minute alone. So if I would, everybody trades differently, but ever since I started looking at the 2 minute and then using the EMAs to kind of gauge when to get in, when to get out, like I was saying earlier, I like to use the 2 minute EMAs, and then this kind of tells me, like I kind of think of this pink line here, I kind of think of that as like my last defender. If it breaks past that, then I'm out, because I've done a lot of back testing, and I always notice that usually when we're trending, when we have a solid trend, price stays above those EMAs. Looking at the 2 minute though, on the 1 minute I may have to do some adjustments, but I like using both. So I kind of use the 2 minute as a gauge to tell me when to get out. Um, and yeah, because dude, there I can't count how many times there's just been way too many times where I get out prematurely, and I end up missing out on a lot of money. So um, I don't blame you for getting out. And again, I could be wrong, and then price turns here. But I mean, I also look at it like I'm getting out here. I'm only making, let's call it, if I'm trading one contract, I may be only making $15. I'd prefer to break even. If price does go against me, I prefer to lose $15 than to lose or to miss out on an opportunity that gives me 50, $60 if we're trading one contract, right? I guess I'm at a point where I prefer to lose money over miss an opportunity, because I know usually when I get in, I'm going for big moves. I'm going for 10-point moves, 15-point moves, 20-point moves, which we haven't gotten this week or last week. We haven't really gotten any big moves, but I prefer to capitalize on those moves. Like I don't really care if I lose, a few bucks when I'm only risking 2 to 3 points. Yeah, so that's kind of how I've come to interpret it. But hopefully that helps. And again, I am very aware that there's different ways to trade, and I know you can find success in how you do it. Um, but I'm just talking from personal experience. Like I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I was making in the beginning. And speaking of criticism, if once you get a chance to look over those cheat sheets, dude, let me know if there's anything that you think I should add or maybe change. Um, just like you, I'm totally open to constructive criticism. And I got more cheat sheets coming too, man. There's a few more that I want to add to the toolbox. Going over the indicators that I use. I have found a lot of success using these indicators, the EMAs, and not you don't necessarily need them, but it's just a very easy visual. It's so easy to tell where momentum is, where momentum's at, who has the upper hand by just looking at the EMAs. But I like using the EMAs and VWAP and the volume bars. Those are the three indicators that I use. And then another way, if you don't want to use the EMAs, another way to kind of gauge when to get out of a position is understanding the levels. So looking at what's happening right now, this is kind of what I'm looking at. And this is why I like using the 1 minute, because they both give me two sets of information. But in this scenario, using the 1 minute, I can clearly tell. I can tell that this is a key level here, right? So when we broke past it, I now don't want to get below it, because now that invalidates the trade. Right? So that's kind of like another way to kind of gauge whether we're still trending, right? Sellers stepped in aggressively here, buyers then took over, and then we now have to see, we now want to see, price respect this level. and continue to go up. And now our key level now is here, because that's when sellers last stepped in. Sellers stepped in here. My bad. Sellers stepped in here, so now I don't want to see price break below this. So that's another way of gauging, and this is just going based off trend structure, right? Like this is the way price trends. Once if we get below this, then I'd probably get out. But I really think we're gonna test these highs again, and this would be a good target here. But you gotta let the market breathe. Like this is the market breathing. It's gonna go up. It's gonna go down. This is how you capitalize on big moves. Because if you got up here, if you got down here at 4136, and you get out, let's say price does make it to 4148, now you just made, you capitalize on a 12-point move, which isn't bad, right? Especially if you're only risking 1 point or 2 points, dude, that's a 1 to 6 risk to reward ratio. Most traders are okay with a 2 to 1 or 1 to 2, right? For every dollar that I put, they make $2. Right? We're capitalizing on a 1 to 6 risk to reward, so that's amazing, honestly. I at least try to go for 1 to 5 risk to reward, but there's times where I'm only risking like a point. If I'm only risking a point here and I'm making 12, that's a 1 to 12 risk to reward ratio. And I mean, a lot of traders would agree that's the only number that really matters. I don't care how much you're winning. I don't care about your win rate, right? Because you can win less than half the times and still be profitable, because what really matters is the risk to reward. How much are you losing and how much more are you winning? Very nice trade though. From 4136. That's kind of like what I'm noticing. 4136 up to now would have been a really good trade. All right, so far I've taken one trade. We managed to get 10 points off of that trade, so I wouldn't mind ending off the day like this, but it's still pretty early. I'm gonna see whether we can spot any opportunities from like 9 to 11. But again, I'm not gonna force any trades, especially under these conditions. I'm gonna just wait until the right one presents itself. We're coming to that 4148. We're getting to that 4148. I know there's a lot of sellers there. But we're finding acceptance in these higher in these levels up here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we break past that 4148, honestly. Once you learn how to, you've been observing the 15-minute range every day, and more often than not, once it breaks to the upside or downside, it usually breaks past quiet. Yeah, I like the 15-minute. I do like the 15-minute. I'll jump from the 10-minute to the 15-minute here and there. But yeah, noticing those big candles, those big 15-minute candles with high volume, there's usually an area there that you can pinpoint, right? So if I look here, it's gonna be a little messy, but if I look here at the 15-minute, so before I even zoom in, okay, I'm gonna highlight an area here that's super important, and that's right here, from the start of this big candle to the end of this candle right here. So this area right here, I'm just gonna highlight it, right? But I'm not gonna trade off of that because that's close to a 4-point risk. Okay, I'm not okay with that. I want 2 to 3 points. So if I can refine that level, right, by looking at the lower time frames. Okay, in the 5-minute, I don't really notice anything, right? But I want to see what's called a transition and control zone. Let's see in the 1-minute. I'm sure in the 1-minute we can see something, and it's right there. Look, bam! I found that thing. So you want to see where we had a transition of control, and what that really means is there was an exchange in hands, right? So buyers stepped in, then sellers stepped in aggressively, broke past those buyers, right? So now this is a good entry here. I can now simplify it. And Cam, you have access to those cheat sheets, so you'll be able to understand how to draw these levels out. But now this is my level here. From the start of this green candle to the end of this candle there. So once we broke past it, you see immediate retest. I mean, it's not a coincidence. I've seen this happen over and over and over again. It's not a coincidence. It literally tags that zone, and what happens right after? Boom, boom. We were already in this play, right? We had gone up here. But if you wanted a second entry, that's it right there. And now I'm going to use the 2 minutes, unless you have a target, but I'm now going to use the 2 minutes, which I did. My target was 4133, I believe, and we broke past it. But now I'm going to use the 2 minutes, and I'm going to gauge when to get out. Right, so I can get out here, but I'd be missing out on a lot of money. Right, so once we get overextended, once price starts to kind of, what's overextended, I guess, I can't think of another word, but what that means is just prices getting far from the EMAs. That's when I'm going to look to take some profit. Or in this case, that's why it's good to know all of this stuff, right? So in this case, right, I'm also going to pay attention to how the candles are reacting. We had two very strong rejections here, right? We're overextended. We've already moved 10, 15 points. We're in the lower range. All right, so there's not one way to trade. It's just like you kind of have to learn all of it and then just kind of piece it together. And now we have, strong rejections here, overextended. We're in the lower extreme of this range. It's probably a good time to get out, right? And if you wanted to hold on to one contract and just let it run, maybe you can play the EMAs, and not until we get above it, then we can close out our position entirely. But different time frames present different information, right? I wasn't able to tell using the 15-minute exactly where to get in, but I'm able to tell when I refine it and I go back down to the 1 minute, I'm able to tell exactly when to get in, right? And these are the plays that I love the most. And obviously this is after the fact, right? Like the reason I spotted that was because the 15-minute candle had already formed, but in real time you would get in once we have that retest here. But it works. Like that's the point that I'm trying to prove, is that I've seen this happen so many times, and I love those plays when it's just like an immediate retest and then it goes down, or it goes in your direction, right? Sorry, I went on a rant here, but you're talking about the first opening candle. Oh, of the market open? Yes, that's very important too. And I like using the higher time frames for that. So like the 15-minute chart would be good. Also the 30-minute would be really good too. So yeah, that paints a story for sure, right? Like if we look at the candle, the 30-minute candle before the market open, we have a strong rejection here. But this is also like an indecision candle, right? You'll see in the cheat sheets that I gave you, Cam, you'll see this is an indecision candle. It's not really going anywhere. So just kind of keep that in mind. But once we did break below it, 139, I mean, it's a pretty good sign that we're gonna make lower lows, and we sure did, right? I like using the 10-minute too. The 10-minute is great, right? So this was something that I had highlighted here, this box here. Once we broke below it, right, buyers are now out of the equation, right? Sellers took over, and we had a very, very nice downtrend. Yeah, I mean, that kind of sums up everything that I've learned within these past couple years now. I've been trading officially for over a year now. Like I took my first trade was in May 1st of last year, but before that I was getting a lot of education, and I've invested so much money into education. I had joined online trading academy. That was like 10 grand just to learn basic supply and demand. Looking back now, maybe I paid a little more, but I really got a good sense. Like they taught me a lot there, honestly. So I don't regret it, but I think I might have been overcharged. I did pay 10 grand, but they were in-person classes. They had a building right by my house. It was like I was going to college. Like it was a great experience. They were feeding me, so it was a really good experience. I don't regret it whatsoever. But most of the information that I got, most of it, you can possibly find it online, possibly, right? Like drawing out supply and demand zones, you can figure that out if you watch a few YouTube videos. But I love the experience, and there's a few things that I did learn that you'll find on those cheat sheets that I haven't been able to find. I've purposely searched some of these things up, and you're not able to find some of those things that I wrote on those cheat sheets. So, Yeah. And another thing is, I'm sure you've heard this one before, is don't change your strategy. The only thing that you want to do with your strategy is adjust it, maybe make a few tweaks. Um, but you want to develop that strategy. If you have an edge, like my edge is I'm only risking very little and making a lot. Like that's my edge. I don't know too many traders that are only risking 2 to 3 points. In fact, I'm in some Discord groups and most of the time they're risking 5, 6 points. And I'm like, I can't do that. I can't do that. And I choose not to because I know that there's better ways to do it. So that's my edge. I risk very little and I make a lot. And trust me, my strategy used to be the backbone of my strategy is still supply and demand, but it's come a long way. Like I used to trade. I don't know if you're familiar with Heikin-Ashi candles. Like I used to look at Heikin-Ashi candles. I used to look at these candles here, which are calculated kind of different. They're calculated differently. They look different, and they just give you a different visual. But my strategy has kind of stayed the same. I've just made a few tweaks to it, and it's come to a point where it's become this now, right? Which I'm really happy with, and yeah. All right, seems like everybody dipped. Cam, you're not here anymore, are you? Are you still here, Cam? Yo, I'm spitting so much game on live right now. I mean, years worth of education and knowledge and experience. I'm dropping it on live. So if you're serious about trading, I really implore you to hop on. And I'm gonna be very honest. I have one person here who's been showing up every single day, who's making money with me, and I want to see more of you guys. So check us out. Years worth of education and knowledge and experience. I'm dropping it on live. So if you're serious about trading, I really implore you to hop on. And I'm gonna be very honest. I have one person here who's been showing up every single day, who's making money with me, and I want to see more of you guys. So check us out. Yo, I'm spending so much game on live right now. I mean, years worth of education and knowledge and experience. I'm dropping it on live. So if you're serious about trading, I really implore you to hop on. I'm gonna be very honest. I want to see more of you guys. So check us out. Yo, I'm spending so much game on live right now. I mean, years worth of education and knowledge and experience.
serious about trading, I really implore you to hop on. And I'm gonna be very honest. I have one person here who's been showing up every single day,